Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dan, the voice behind that Kaito Dan, and welcome to my reaction and discussion to the RWBY Volume 7 OST. It's finally time, it is Christmas in July, just about, because we have finally got the OST out. Obviously, the current situation in the world meant that some delays were bound to happen with the soundtrack, and that's why it's taken this long, which is unfortunate, but at least we've got it now. And like always, I am always excited for these OSTs. We got some fantastic songs to listen to. A lot of them were snippets in the volume itself, so we're getting the full versions that will be even bigger than most explorations before. I cannot wait to get into this. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I do want to give some shout-outs. First off, Sirs and Madams Entertainment, the fantastic guys there, they have lyric videos for this OST, bar War, which I think is still being worked on as of this moment. But I'm going to have their videos in the bottom right. I got permission from them, top lads over there. And they also provided me the lyric sheets from Jeff Williams himself. So after my first reaction through and first listen to the songs, I will be having a deeper discussion on the songs with the lyrics provided. So yeah, thanks to those guys, massive love to them, and definitely go check them out. And also, again, big love to the entire music team, everyone from the Williams pair to all the guest vocalists for these songs, to everyone who's worked on the instrumentation, the remixes, definitely the episode scores as well. Alex Abraham, I tip my hat off to you and everyone who's worked on the scores. In fact, I'm going to put on the screen right now the names of the tracks that I really loved, and please go check these guys out, those scores out, because these are fantastic works that you do need to check out and support the episode scores. These guys have been working on not just the episode scores, but vocal songs now for 7 volumes, for that long, and they are still making gold. So please go check them out, go buy the OST from the official sources, go support the fantastic minds behind these outstanding pieces of music. So yeah, I've got, I believe, 11 tracks to go through, including the 2 remixes. And yeah, I'm actually going against how it's listed in the track listings, because they kind of got jumbled up. So I'm starting off with the positive stuff, and I'm ending with the negatives, just like in the order of the song's appearances in the volume. So yeah, we're starting off with the happy feelings, then going into the depressing stuff. But I am going to end with the 2 remixes as a sort of nice little celebration, a nice positive way to end things. So yeah, I think that's everything. Obviously, I'm going to be talking over the song, so bear with me on that. And again, please go check out the official sources. So yeah, shall we get ready for this? Let's cut to my first reaction to the full Trust Love. Okay, we are ready to go now with Trust Love. So, count it down with me. 3, 2, 1. Do 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 do. Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep wishing for some clarity. Always hoping that a lightning bolt is gonna save you from this gravity. You're holding out for some romantic life. Love this. It was a fantastic opening song for an initial positive mood, and some of the lyrics still work for the downer stuff later on. I do think as well, like, maybe the visuals are stronger, but we'll have to wait and see how the full version of this song works as well. But it's still a fantastic song, and it's getting close to one of my favorites. We'll have to wait and see how it goes with the whole version first. You don't know where to turn to, you're sure all hope is gone. I can't believe we finally got this in our hands. About time. Alright, we're gonna get into the new stuff of this. So let's get into it. Here we go. New material. Ooh. I love this chilled tune to it. How they're able to blend like soft melodies with a rock guitar at some point as well is just fantastic. Ooh. Oh, harsh lyrics, but it kind of fits in the themes of the volume. Like lofty goals and harsh reality. Ooh. Lies. Gotta get a mention of lies in this volume's opening. Guitar solo! Who doesn't love a good old guitar solo? Jeff kills it as always with this stuff. Oh dude, I wish I could play the guitar, let alone this good. Oh, that's sick. Definitely get a strong vibe of like the clash of ideals between Team RWBY and Ironwood. Ooh. As the kick. Dark won't yield to dawn. Trust love. Trust love. Hold it toward the light. Oh, great stuff. That is fantastic. Whew, really good stuff there. I really enjoyed this volume opening a lot, and the fuller versions just helped out a treat. But yeah, like I was saying midway through, this definitely feels like it is representing one of the biggest elements of the volume, the clash of ideals and the thoughts and feelings between our heroes, Team RWBY, and Juniper and all that, and Ironwood on the other side. Like some of the lyrics, just going through the listing I got here, like the biggest one I noted of was the difference between reality and fantasy. All you have to be is here in reality. Leave your fantasy, you'll find the key to victory. It feels like that could easily represent RWBY, mostly RWBY saying that, and Ironwood saying that as well, because to the other side, the other one is living in fantasy, and they are living in reality. Like, on Ironwood's side, he's living in the harsh reality that this is a difficult battle he's in, and he's had to make some tough choices to try and keep Atlas safe, whilst RWBY would be thinking, he'll be thinking that RWBY and the youngsters are living in the fantasy that they could fight through everything if they just believe hard enough, if they stand united together, when Ironwood feels being united kind of led to their downfall in Beacon. Whereas on the other side, Team RWBY and everyone, they faced with the reality of the situation themselves. They've experienced the truth about Salem's past. They know it's a difficult fight, and they're not living in the fantasy that it is going to be as easy as maybe they would have thought in the early days. But it's Ironwood in their minds that is living in the fantasy that this is unwinnable, or at least this is something that they need to force through, when there's a much better way to handle it with everyone around and trying to reunite the world. So yeah, I think that's the line that kind of sticks out the most to me in how it represents the themes of this volume. The clash of ideals, the clash of morals, obviously trusting in love, trusting others, opening up your eyes, and the fact that there is more going on in this world, and if you keep focused on just this one thing, like the fact that you're focusing on the idea that it's your burden, it's your test to try and push through this, and also open up your eyes to all the other people that can help you. It's, again, like I've said in the past, this is a song that perfectly carries on from the past volume themes of like reuniting together and finding the second wind to fight on through the strife. And that's how it like really works as an opening theme, because it's carrying that positive vibe early on, but there's also those deeper lyrics that do still resonate with everything that goes on in the second half of the volume. Obviously, it's like still trying to keep the hope burning even through those dark times, and I love that as like one of the perfect representations of the themes of the series as a whole. Hope through the darkness, keeping yourselves moving forward through what you can, but with everyone around to help you. This is really good, fantastic stuff. In terms of like how this ranks compared to other opening songs, It's Time to Say Goodbye is still my favorite opening song in general. But compared to like the other ones, this is probably going to be like in the middle area, just because I think the other songs like Rising, When It Falls, is like those ones are like they're so strong with me and they resonate a lot that they do kind of place themselves above. But not to say that this is a bad opening song at all. I love the melody, I love the guitar solo, I love the lyrics and the themes, that it does balance that positive and negative aura to it. And yeah, another fantastic opening track, very good stuff. I love it already. And let's see, what's next? Ooh, Touch the Sky is next up. Okay, next up we have Touch the Sky from the grand reveal of Team RWBY and Co.'s new looks, as they were about to go kick ass in the mines with the Ace Operatives. I've heard a lot of early buzz online that this could be the best song in the OST, and from what I can recall from like the listening to it in the show, I was starting to feel that myself. Like, it's very positive, but I'm very eager to see like more of the lyrics and like how it continues on. I got a few ideas already on who like the central character is in terms of this song, but we'll have to wait and see how the full version goes. So enough rambling. Let's get into this one now. Count it down with me. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Oh, that little guitar strum at the start. I love it. Where's the kick? There we go. Ooh. Yeah, it's very much a style, like a new lease on life song. And there's a lot of characters that could actually fit just in that alone. I love this like very chilled song. That guitar in the background, it's giving me massive Persona 5 vibes. Yeah, again, I'm getting big Persona 5 vibes. Yeah, I love this rise up into the chorus. Casey just kills it with these kind of songs. She really puts like the energy that these characters are feeling, not just the lyrics that are so positive. Oh, but it's like how she like really makes it feel raw and earnest. Right now, I'm just a bit surprised. Oh. I just touch the sky. Sorry, by the way, if I'm singing along, but I can't help it with some of the stuff that I do remember from the show. Oh, this is good stuff. I'm loving it. I'm just getting so much Persona 5 vibes with this like guitar in the background. I can't like think the name of it, but it's like it's that song. That's what it's making me think of. Oh, I hope so for some of these characters that need that kind of determination to stick on this path. Ooh. Oh, this is epic. Oh, I love that switch. Oh my god, this is so good. I'm so glad we finally got this. Ah. It feels accurate to like how we were excited to see the new outfits in full animation. Yes, that's what you need. You need that kind of positive confidence in yourself. Again, this feels like it's fitting so many characters, but there's definitely one that is kind of taking precedent. But yeah, this is really good stuff. I can see why a lot of people would say that this could be the best song in the OST already. And again, another kick-ass guitar solo. Love it. Ooh. Ooh. There's the kick again. I gotta love me a good kick in these songs. Long, long time since I felt this way. It's just giving me flashbacks of that episode when they did like show off the new outfits, and then when their song plays and they land hero pose. Such a good positive moment for these characters after they've been through so much. They needed this kind of like uplifting, spirited moment. And then pose! Looking badass as always. Oh, whoa. Whoa, this is not the ending I expected for it. But it's kind of fitting with that grand feel of them, like, finally feeling Team RWBY again. This is cool. I'm liking this. This is not, again, the ending I expected. But it's kick-ass is what it is. And then a nice little tender moment as they, like, ease down. Alright, let's focus and get ourselves back to work. Oh, that is cool. Oh, yeah, I might be agreeing already with people saying that this is the best of the OST. But wow, that was really good. Okay, so yeah. Again, this is a very uplifting song as the characters involved there, like, regaining their sense of purpose in life. They're feeling that they have control of their life again. And in terms of, like, central characters and who this is gaining the most focus on, it's most likely Blake. Let me just go into the lyrics that I have. I mean, from the start, it's talking about, like, I'm starting a brand new life. I'm done with the suffering. I've had enough misery. Finding on a path that's heading somewhere bright. For so long now, pretty much since her debut, Blake has been living a life where she feels like her path is lending her to endless darkness. And it's not going to be a happy life, but it's kind of almost what she deserves, she almost feels, for everything that's happened in the past with Adam, with the White Fang, with her parents, and so on. And now, after finally vanquishing the demon that was Adam, controlling and like swarming over her life, with that shadow off her shoulders and everything that's happened since, like, she's finally got a new lease on life. The lyrics go on to talking about like a different kind of energy. It's something that she's not familiar with, but she's embracing full on because that's what she deserves and that's what she's wanted for so long now. Something that gives her like a feeling of happiness again, pardon me, in her life. This is something that, like, going into the chorus, I looked in the mirror and I gotta say, it's been a long, long time since I felt this way. She's not felt this kind of like acceptance of a happy life. She doesn't feel like she deserves a happy life for so long in her life. Pretty much almost since she was a young kid, growing up into the young teen that she was for most of the series up until this point. And she's finally got that zest in her life again. Even she's surprised by it. And now, again, without that shadow of Adam on her shoulders weighing her down, the possibilities are endless. The fact that the song is called Touch the Sky, I might just touch the sky. She feels so spirited and so hopeful for the future that she doesn't know how far it can take her. It could take her to the ends of the earth. It could take her to goals that she never expected. She can touch the sky. She's flying through life now without that weight on her shoulders, and it's so good to see that kind of experience and emotion in Blake again. Obviously, everything that happened kind of like drags her down a little bit, but it's still fantastic stuff. And again, that instrumentation was just giving me massive Persona 5 vibes. It might be because I'm currently going through Persona 5 Royal at the moment, and I'm getting the music in my head, but that one track, again, I can't remember the track name off the top of my head, but it's the one that goes that guitar in the background for this song definitely sounds like that. I just love that. I can't help it. But yeah, just looking at the lyrics, like, I will explode, you'll see me rise, you may not even recognize. This is starting to feel like a different kind of Blake, and in a good way. Like, she's able to, I mean, she chose her new look because she wanted to cast aside everything that came behind her, and now she wants to move forward again. And I mean, it's so good to see that, because I've wanted Blake to be in that positive mindset again. Obviously, again, the stuff that happens in Volume 7 is going to curtail that, and I'm very eager to see how she handles this again without it being related to Adam, related to everything that's happened in the past, how she's able to handle more challenges in her life without it being stuff that she's had to kind of accept as her life for so long. But yeah, this was a really good song. It's definitely, like, I can see why people are saying it might be the best. Obviously, we still got a lot more songs to go through, but this was really good. I love this. I'm definitely going to be blasting this a lot for the rest of the day so far. This is really good. It's that kind of positive, uplifting song that the character needs, we need, especially right now. Yeah, if I feel like I need an uplifting song, I think this is the first one I'm going to whack on. This is really good stuff. And now, from one positive song about an uplifting change and like a new lease on life, to Brand New Day. And this one's going to have both Casey and Jeff in it. And again, I kind of got a good vibe on like who the central characters are in terms of like focus for this. And this was like a really bouncy, chipper song as well when it played in the volume. So I can't wait to get like the full version. And let's see what it's like. Count it down with me. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I love this already. Good old bounce to it. Love it. It's the right kind of like, if you can't get any more positive vibes than a song that will make you feel bouncy, then I don't know what is. Still got that kick-ass guitar in the background. I'm starting to think that like those lines specifically, like from This Life Is Mine to Perfection, feels like that could relate most to Weiss. But I'll talk about that in a bit. And there's the new haircut line. I love that little background vocals. You can't get, again, it's like another way to make it overtly positive. The birds are smiling, kicking ass. Shouldn't blend, but it works. And they played over that really cool montage as well, which was fun. It was like a good way to like cover a lot of days with the Aesops and that. And here comes Crow's bit. Yeah, this has to be Crow stuff. I remember from the stuff from the show. Pretty much. Trunk Loser Hall of Fame. I mean, that's true. That was pretty much Crow through most of Volume 6. Ugh. See, now it's starting to hurt because I know what happens next. I know where things end up and how he ends the volume. Ugh. Damn it, Volume 7 is such a kick to the gonads. I'm gonna be bouncing through this entire like OST right up until the serious stuff, aren't I? If only this positive tone for some of these characters was able to last a little bit longer, but life's not gonna be that kind, especially to these lot. Okay, now we're going for like a chill jazz section here. Okay, like, this is like the Jeff hour in terms of like guitar solos. 3 songs and he's got 3 guitar solos. Fantastic stuff. Ooh, that's a cool line. Buried everything in 100 proof. And now we got them singing together. That the vocals really help this out as well. Can we go back to those days where we were like all overtly positive? We had like a brighter look on our faces and things looked nicer in the world. Just, you know, even for a day. New day. Oh, God, that's so fun. I love that. It's like, again, so much positive vibes, and it perfectly fit the tone of the episode, the tone of the volume. Because, like, did we expect things to go as dark as it did, like, so suddenly as well? Probably not. But it's like everything in that song's like built so perfectly to give that extremely positive outlook on the characters, on their vibes, and like everything moving forward. Like, really good stuff. I mean, again, the video that I have has Blake and Crow as like the central characters, but I do think like on Casey's side, it could work for several characters. Obviously, we got the line that says it all starts with a new haircut, and while obviously Blake was like probably the biggest change going from long hair to short hair, and the haircut was purposeful in trying to give her like a second chance or at least a feeling of starting over, she wasn't the only one. Jean turned his hair into a basket of bananas. I love the haircut, but I still gotta make the joke. Ruby toughened up a little bit as well. Weiss changed her hairstyle as well. Like everyone did. Ren, Nora did. The only ones who didn't were Crow and Oscar. And even then, Crow had some changes as well. But I do think like there's a couple of lines that do fit other characters besides Blake, and I think Touch the Sky was maybe more leaning on Blake, while Brand New Day is like everyone for the most part, bar a few exceptions. Like, let's see, where's that line? Yeah, gonna claim this life as mine, and I'm just moving forward. I don't need perfection. Gonna try redesign. I think that section specifically fits Weiss because there's the line, "This life is mine," which is like obviously her big big song about this is my life, not my father's to control. And again, redesigned. She changed up her whole new look as well. Again, the new haircut. And it, again, it's such a very overtly, like, extremely positive song with the bop bop babadoo up. Like, that's like classic songs about those kind of songs with that kind of backing vocals usually give you like a song that'll make you want to move and feel like extremely happy, put a big smile on your face. And that's what this song really is trying to do. It's like it's cementing the fact that this is like, these guys are so happy to have a happy day again. They're so happy to have a hopeful look towards the future, even with everything that does weigh on them, like the Salem stuff, the struggles on what to do next, the situation with Ironwood being a bit tense. They're still keeping positive about, in terms of like their own personal arcs. And then of course we go into the stuff with Crow, which is heavy on like reflecting on how he was in Volume 6. I think my favorite line is like, beaten at my own damn game in Drunk Loser Hall of Fame. That's pretty much what Crow was like in Volume 6. Not only in terms of like his own bad luck affecting him, but it's like his source of comfort in drinking ended up almost killing him, and it was putting him not just in the Drunk Loser Hall of Fame, but it was putting him into a situation where it's like he was beaten by his own comforts because he was so swallowed up by his negativity. There's a line that talks about having an introspection. He's looked inside himself thanks to everything that was said to him by RWBY and that. He's seen that he was killing himself from the inside out. And now he's looking forward. There's still a little bit of hesitancy. It's like a bit of me might just come around, but he's still living hopeful for what could come in the future. And again, everything that happened later on with Crow. Oh, the poor bird boy. Another awesome line as well. I know I failed so many times, drowned my troubles, hid my mind, buried everything in 100 proof. A skillful coward hides the truth so well. 100 proof line, fantastic way to bring in the alcoholism into that line. And he's a skillful coward. He's had to run away through everything that's hurt him in the years, like obviously the stuff with his team, and then the reveals with Ozpin, like how he feels betrayed. He has lived a long life of running away from things and hiding away in the bottom of a bottle, and his own self-deprecation. Like, this is someone who has had a lot of experience feeling this way. And now this is his first step towards feeling a bit more hopeful about himself. And obviously there is, again, some hesitancy. And again, I love the fact that we got the blending of Jeff and Casey to blend in the themes that, yeah, different characters involved, like Blake, Weiss, Jean, and then Crow as well. They've all got their own reasons for why they want to have a brand new day, a new lease on life. But it all comes together for that central theme of, this is starting to feel like I've made the right call. It's feeling like a brand new day is pretty much saying like, okay, yeah, I can do this. And then you have that overtly positive instrumentation, which is like almost saying like, yeah, this is really good. You can do this. We believe in you. Just don't think about what's happening next. Yeah, again, I think this is well sculpted to not only have the perfect lyrics, but also the perfect tone to give that really strong belief that, like, okay, after going through the most extreme of self-doubt and negativity for so long and for so much, yeah, let's go overtly positive. Let's have the ba-ba-ba-ba-doo-doo-wop in the background. Let's have the really bouncy music to really put a smile on my face and the characters and everyone else who listens to this. And then we start to feed into the more troublesome stuff. But yeah, this was really good. I love this. This is another fantastic song, and we've only just begun. I cannot wait for the rest of this stuff. Now we have a song that I'm very excited to get into, Celebrate. I'm excited for a lot of reasons. For one, we didn't hear a lot of this song. It was in the background during the Robin rally, and we didn't hear much of it because there was a lot of other stuff going above it. So we had a snippet at the start, and then it was kind of muffled out. But I'm also excited because this is the first of our guest vocalists. Santi C is on this alongside Casey, and I've heard a different song that they collaborated on in the past, and that was fantastic there. And I'm very excited to get like the full version, and also hear more, because I think Santi C and Casey's vocals blend really well from the song that I've heard before. So I'm very excited to see how this pans out. And again, just to get a little bit more insight on what the song's about, and just to hear something in full for a change. So yeah, let's get ready to celebrate. Count it down with me. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, and that smooth start already. Yeah. I can imagine this getting played at a lot of like maybe Rooster Teeth discos at RTXs. Who signed up Bruno Mars? This is feels very Bruno Marsy, or like oh god, that Daft Punk and Pharrell song. We got some trumpets in the background as well. This is cool. This is like sung by Team Funky. Oh, I love it. I'm getting a lot of bounces out of this, probably because I'm not going to be bouncing much for the last lot of songs. This is so jazzy, I love it! Gotta love that funk. Party people gonna stay up late, ooh, celebrate tonight. Oh! I thought there was supposed to be a Casey bit there. I love it. This is so positive. I can't help but have a big smile on my face. And then smooth flow right into the next verse. This is really good. I'm so glad we're getting the full version of this now. There doesn't seem to be like a big, like, actual in context, like feeling, bar maybe Ren and Nora, but there's another song that does carry that a bit more. In fact, I actually think that works. I'll go into more detail on that in a bit, because I just want to keep dancing at this point. Birthday party on Christmas Day. I mean, my birthday's close to Christmas, 7th of January. So much positive lyrics, positive tunes, and it's around this point that things take an immediate drop off. By the way, Okay Goodnight, ain't that the name of Casey's band? Is that a reference to Casey's band? Tonight. Santi C's got a really smooth voice for this kind of song. I'm loving it. I hope we get more of him on these songs. Really good stuff. I'm digging it. Lamar! Oh! Of course he had to appear on this kind of song. Ooh, real word mention. Oh my god, this is gonna be played at so many like RWBY fans' disco parties or something like that. Oh, that is so cool. Of course Lamar had to appear in this song. Oh, that's cool. I always love it when Lamar sneaks up on us like that. This feels very Bruno Mars and like very Team Funky in a sense. Actually, I got thought about that, but I'll get to it. I love this little jazzy vibe in the background. Party people gonna stay up late, ooh, and celebrate tonight. There we go. There's the Casey Bell I was thinking of. Tonight. Oh, I can't help but love this song. It may not have like much context to the show itself, but it just puts a big smile on my face, and what's not to love about that? Oh, that was so good. Oh, I love that. That was so good. Oh my god, I love that. Okay, again, it didn't feel like there's a lot of in-universe context. Let me just like pop up the lyrics again. It's like most of it is like very general in terms of like any kind of like context. Most of it is just like going to a club, having a good time, celebrating, and then hey, if there's a little bit of romance in it, then bonus. And obviously that bit does play into the Ren and Nora stuff, but there's a song after this that does play into that a bit more. But it's still like a really, I think it's, I wonder, was this originally going to be in a scene where we saw Team Funky and Yang and Blake's hang out at a dance club? Because this feels like it would actually fit that more than at Robin's Rally, which was still like a party mood. But it's like, that would probably get a bit more of the context in the lyrics, because it is like a celebration. It fits the kind of club scene more than just your typical rally. Some of the romance stuff can still play into Blake and Yang, and hey, maybe even Flint and Neon if they wanted that. And in fact, on Flint and Neon, the jazzy side of this song does fit into Team Funky. So, like, if this was like a stage musical, this would be where we have Flint and Neon sing while Blake and Yang are dancing in the club, and they start bonding more and more. So, like, yeah, I would not be surprised if it was. If it wasn't, this is still a fantastic song. And the fact that it's like, again, much like Touch the Sky, it's very overtly positive. Obviously, that does play into the fact that it's like the most positive moment in the show right before the immediate negative drop-off, and then that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the volume. But it works that way because it's like you got the lyrics, the talking about like the favorite songs and celebrating, like dancing. There's a lot of dancing stuff, and then Lamar kicking it up with like real world references to like Vegas and Quest, like, and it works because it's like, if you're gonna have a song that is supposed to lure you into a false sense of security, get yourself at the most positive peak you can in terms of like a party mood, a celebratory mood, a little bit of romance, and then boom, kick you in the gonads, and then take you away to all the negative stuff. This was a really good song for that kind of effect. It works again when you have that context by the show. Maybe if you separate it, it does kind of lose it a little bit because there's like, it's just mostly a very club-based song. Like, again, you would not expect, you would not be surprised if Bruno Mars was on this, or Daft Punk and Pharrell. It had that same kind of vibe, and even without any kind of RWBY context, this is still a very good song. I very much enjoyed it. Again, I would not be surprised if a lot of RWBY fans play it at discos or any kind of parties of their own. If like RTX is going to get played a lot over some stuff. But I can't hate this because it gave me such a big smile on my face, and I love the fact that it does kind of act as like a false sense of security because of what happens next. Again, and then the vocalist, Santi C, smooth as butter, dude. I love it so much. The way it like flows in with Casey's vocals, very cool stuff there. I definitely got it. I want to hear more of Santi C in the future if we can, even if it's maybe not like the best tone in terms of like his vocals, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they flowed so well, him and Casey, and you can't go wrong with a bit of Lamar Hall. That is just awesome to get him on board, and where else would he appear but in a song like this before everything goes to shit? But yeah, I absolutely love this. Even without the context that it doesn't have for the most part, this is still a really good song. It's a fun tune. I can't help but love it like that. It's really, really fun. Right, who is ready for a little bit of romance? Yeah, it is time for Let's Get Real. The song that played through the long-awaited moment where Ren and Nora finally kissed, and sure, nothing bad happened after that. Not at all. Let's get into the song, shall we? Alright, cut it down with me. 3, 2, 1. Oh, a little bit of that techno at the start. Oh, already he's going straight into like Nora's feelings towards Ren, like his current mood. Anyone else getting like immediate Shine vibes? Oh, I love that little light note there. This is very much like Shine. I'm loving it. I mean, it's basically like a fusion of Boop and Shine. God, they're really killing it with like these, like, as much as like RWBY is known for like the rocking music and like some of the heavy emotional ones as well, Jeff and everyone who works on these songs, they really know how to do like happy songs as well. They've got a lot of versatility in their lineup. Man, Nora was like a champion in this volume, and this was a really strong moment for her, where she wasn't just like chipper and bouncing. No, she's saw there's a problem and she wants to fix it because it's causing a divide between the two of them. They really do complete each other. Oh, okay, so maybe this is where the Daft Punk bit comes in. It's like, yeah, I love the fact that it's balancing like a very chipper energy that would fit Nora, but it's the context and the lyrics that fits the fact that she's desperately trying to see what's wrong with Red and trying to fix things because she really does love him, and they're at a point where they're starting to drift apart and it's not good. I love that. Don't have all the answers. She's not like smart with these kind of things, but she's wanting her to do her best and try and help what's going on between them. Together! Of course they gotta use Together in the song where Ren and Nora finally kiss. That is perfect. I love that. That is smart lyrical usage there. Oh, this was being like a good song for the 90s as well, with the like the techno beat going on. It takes me back to that moment where all of us just like popped out of our seats, finally getting this kiss. It was a long time coming. Love. Some of these songs are just making me bounce today. It is. And that's the whole crux of Ren's attitude. Oh, that's a cool way to end it. Because that is pretty much what it is. Like, love is the motivation for both of them. Nora's feelings for Ren is why she's so desperate to try and see what's wrong with them and try and get things back to their tight bond that they are known for. And it's Ren's feelings for Nora that is one of the big reasons why he's so caught up in trying to figure out what he has to do to try and protect the people that he loves, and he's not finding the answers. He's clinging on to Ironwood's orders. He's focused himself on training and the missions. He's lost himself so deep into that because of his feelings for Nora and the fears of losing her, that it is actually damaging the relationship that he's trying to protect. And it's the fact that they can balance that kind of like weighty emotional context with such a very positive and bouncy tune. This very much, I said it, it's very much a fusion of Shine and Boop, which is really good because obviously Boop was like the big Nora song, Ren and Nora song for many, many years. Shine was like Pyrrha's big dance-based tune about her feelings towards Jean and like her conflicting feelings on like everything that's going on that's driving them apart at that moment. So it's kind of mirroring that same kind of setup of like the division between the pair and what is motivating them to try and fix things and why they feel so strongly for the other, but bringing in a new flavor with this techno beat and Nora actively trying to break through the walls that Ren keeps on putting up. Like, get into these lyrics. Like, the first line is, "What's going on with you lately?" That just sums up the entire mood in the best way possible. And it's Nora banging down the walls every single time, saying, like, what is this thing that's going on between us? Is it love? Can you finally be honest with me about this? Like, I'm trying to be honest with you about my feelings. And the fact that the song ends with, like, is it love? Is it love? It's like, she's desperate right now. She's clinging to the prospect that it is Ren feeling love for her that is what's keeping them apart. And then maybe their love can bring themselves back together. And it almost did with that kiss. And then everything just goes down the toilet with everything that happens with Tyrion and the killings and God knows. Oy. And again, the fact that they finally used together in a lyric, and it's the song played over the two finally sharing a kiss. Mwah, chef's kiss. That is storytelling in music done beautifully. That is how you play so many different past elements. Again, like Boop, Shine, their bond in the past, together. You play all of that together and meld it into this song for the moment that should have been the height of their relationship. The fact that they finally get together. Everything plays so well, and then it just gets broken down by everything that happens. That is fantastic stuff. This is one of the big examples that the music team behind RWBY isn't just quality music or snappy lyrics or like a good rocking tune or a good happy tune. No, these guys know how to craft music that works just as well by itself, but with that context, it is so damn good. Like, wow. Like, seriously, the fact that these guys have been doing this kind of quality content for like, what is it, like 7 years now? 7 volumes? These guys have been killing it. I absolutely adore this music team. You guys are fantastic. And we're still not even done. We got more to go through. Wow. I'm just blown away right now. I'm loving this. I'm loving this OST. Oh my god. I don't think there's going to be any more dancing now for the rest of this video because we are getting into the nitty gritty. These next lot of songs are where things start to hit the heaviest. And what better way to start than with Hero? Probably my most anticipated song to hear in full. It was my favorite song already from the Volume 7 track list. And we got Caleb Hyles on this for like the next guest vocalist. And he already killed it in what we heard through the episode. So getting to hear this in full is probably going to knock my socks off. Yeah, this is where things start to get Really intense, really grim, but what a way to start with Hero. So, let's get into it, shall we? Count it down with me. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Foreboding much? Oh! Caleb! Bloody hell, this is epic already. Oh, oh my god, I've got to crank up the volume on my end a bit. Hang on. This is so cool. What a way to start this song. Oh my god. Who knew Ironwood could do opera? Caleb, your singing voice is outstanding. Oh, there, where's the drop? Where's the drop? There we go. Hey! Oh, check out that artwork. That's done by AG Nonsuch on Twitter, who's done some fantastic RWBY fan art in the past. You'll notice it by the duck. That's cool, blending in Ironwood and Caleb. That's cool. I know I talked with Sirs and Madams, and they did say that they commissioned some artwork for songs, so this is awesome. Let's get into the song here. Oh my god, this is so cool. That opening bit gave me chills. I'm not dancing, but I'm headbanging. I would fight. Oh my god, this is such an epic scene, an epic song. This covers so much of who Ironwood is at this point, and it's so perfect. I will try. Yes! Getting those heavy beats with the drums and the guitar. Ah, yes! Take my hand. Oh, I love that bit. Oh my god, this is so kick-ass. Again, this is probably going to be my favorite of the OST. Oh, this bit, I love that as well. It's like, as the fight was starting to rise to its ending. Ooh. Oh, those lyrics. Yeesh, those are some heavy implications there. Oh my god, this is so... Oh, that is a big line, that. Oh my god! I'm so glad they brought Caleb on for this. Yes! Hello, Chills. When did you turn up? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that was even more epic than I thought it would be. Wow, okay, so, yeah. This is probably going to be my number one, but that was so goddamn epic. What a way to kick off these next batch of songs. So, okay, that opening bit, where it's just like Caleb singing, basically like an opera version of the song. Fantastic. And yet, it's not just like sung to be epic. No, it feels like it's done purposely, because this is Ironwood's declaration to the people of Atlas that he will protect you. Trust in me. Trust in my strength, my mind, my heart. I am fighting for you. I will protect you. And starting off with such a big, grand, boisterous, like, operatic start, it's like the big way to, like, draw in your attention. Like, if you were a representative, if you were someone living in Atlas and this bellowed out over the speakers, you would be hooked. You would be invested in everything that's being said, everything that's being sung, and you would believe it because the music bellows out those emotions just as much as Caleb's fantastic vocals. My God, Caleb. I've been a fan of his work for a long time on his YouTube channel with like all the covers and like songs that he's done. He's such a talented singer. And then when they brought him on for this was something that I was so chuffed to see. And now getting the full version, Caleb is a master. And not only being able to hit those really strong epic notes, but give that same kind of magnitude for those soft tender lines as well, like you hear at the start. And then we get into the lyrics. It's very much an embodiment of who Ironwood is in good and bad ways. Because yeah, again, if you were an Atlesian and you hear these words, hear these promises of like, oh god, actually I got the wrong lyrics up. I was looking at the lyrics for War. Okay, come on, here we go. Okay, here we go. It's like, again, you start off with like, take my hand, I'm here to protect you. That's starting off with that kind of line. It's like, I'm here for you. Take my hand. I'm gifting you my heart right away to tell you that I am here for you. Perfect start of that. And then you got all these different lines that like embody the kind of like motivational feeling that you would like, that is trying to hook you to put faith in this man. I would die. I would fly into the sun if that would keep our dream alive. Shelter in my arms. It's like, no chance that I won't take. And then, yes, some of those lines are like very impassioned and then they make you feel confident in Ironwood. But at the same time, when you start to know more about Ironwood's current mental state, how he's starting to feel panic, how he's starting to feel the weight of fear, more on that later, some of these lyrics are also kind of concerning. Like, let's see, what if it's true as they say that I don't have a heart, that I'm more a machine than a man? What would that change? He is saying right there that like, okay, maybe I am losing my humanity, maybe I am losing my emotions, but is that really so bad if in the end it draws out the protective nature that I need to succeed in fighting off our evils, fighting off those that would seek to harm us? What's the downside in me becoming less of a human, losing my humanity? Those are very impassionate and they will inspire some people, but at the same time, it makes you feel worried for this man. Hearts and minds may not agree. It's like the clash of the hearts of Team RWBY versus the mind of Ironwood. They don't agree on this situation, on the plans that Ironwood has. And again, the lyric, emotions topple strategy. He's willing to sacrifice his own emotions to become more machine than man to make sure that the strategies play out, when there's other ways to win a fight than just strategy. And one of the biggest lines, you can't believe in honesty that your children can win a war. That was one of Ironwood's biggest lines when he first debuted. Do you honestly believe that your children can win a war? He still views the Team RWBY lot as children. He still thinks that they have a youthful insight on this battle, and that's why he's so hesitant to trust in them, because he thinks that, okay, maybe they have their hearts in the right place, but they're not thinking realistically. Going back to the trust love, like the difference between fantasy and reality. He feels he's living in reality. He feels the kids are living in fantasy. And he feels that this is a war that the kids can't win, not knowing, of course, what the kids have gone through and how they've grown and matured more than any other huntsman their age. But damn, this was so epic, so badass. Love the music, the kick-ass guitars, all the different drop-off points, and then just Caleb just killing it with the vocals. Yeah, this is probably not only my favorite song in the OST so far, it's probably going to be in my top 10 favorites of all time. What a fantastic song. I absolutely love it, and it says so much about Ironwood. Like, and the fact that it plays over his finest moment where he is fighting off the villains, it kind of almost fakes you out. The fact that if you would listen to it with just the fight, not knowing all the other stuff about Ironwood, you would feel inspired by this man. Knowing everything else about Ironwood, and you look at the lyrics, you hear some of the emotions behind it, that's where the conflicting emotions come into play, and that sums up Ironwood to a T. Conflicting emotions. Oh my god, this is so badass, so awesome. And now for probably another of the top most anticipated songs, War. What is it good for? Well, apparently a pretty good song. Couldn't resist. But yeah, this is, I believe now, the last of the guest vocalist songs, as we have Casey Lee Williams, Adrian Cohen, Dawn M. Bennett, and Aaron Riley. The Maiden Quartet it's now been dubbed as, which is cute. And again, it's cool to have so many different vocalists working together. And something that I loved already from the first track is the fact that they all blended so well together. So I can't wait to see how it goes with the rest of the song. And obviously this is a very intense one because this played over the fight with Team RWBY versus the Aesops. And there's a lot of pained emotions in this, but it's also a kick-ass song saying we're gonna kick your ass and it's your fault. So let's get into it, shall we? Count it down with me. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're starting already with it. There's no build-up, it's just diving right in. By the way, I've had to watch this on a different channel because Sirs and Madams don't have the war video out just yet. It should be out hopefully soon enough, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, some of these lyrics are so painful. It's a shame that we didn't get to know more about the Aesops and spend more time with them and Team RWBY together. It does feel like a bit of a damper on this connection, but still, I do feel some sense of it, especially with this song. The fact that all 4 of these girls like kick ass together on one song is amazing. He does love a kick ass guitar. Alright, here we go into the new stuff now. Yeesh, that's a harsh way to turn about it. Coward's way out. Oh. Judas kiss. Oh, that's a killer line for this. And a mindless weapon pointed at an enemy. Oh, these guys. If this is Team RWBY singing this, they are cutting into the Aesops. This is pretty much what it is. It's like, screw you guys for turning your back on us, on turning your back on the people you're sworn to protect. If we have to fight, we're gonna fight, and we're gonna make sure that you regret making this decision, because this is not the right call to make. Oh! Ooh, that line. I'm going back to that later. Jesus! If it's pain, well, I brought what you need. You won't believe it. Oh my god. So awesome. I'm so glad we finally got the music at long last. Oh my god. Rock out all the way to the end. Whoo! Holy hell. I think we need to change the song title. I think we need to change it from War to The Roast of the Aesops, because that's pretty much what this song was. Some of those lyrics, they were cutting pretty much more than any of the weapons that Team RWBY had. Let me get to that one lyric that I gotta talk about. Where is it? There we go. Farewell, my friend. I really must give you the credit. You achieved a goal. Perhaps the first time in your life you felt control. How cutting is that? That's Team RWBY saying, like, congratulations. You have been mindless weapons for Ironwood for so long, and the first chance that you guys could have chosen to go against him and do the right thing, you took that control and you wasted it. It's like, that is so cutting. Oh my god, this, again, it's a roast. And the fact that it's played over such a kick-ass song with 4 fantastic singers. Bless Casey, Adrienne, Dawn, Aaron. You 4 killed this song to death almost as much as Team RWBY killed Team Aesops. But yeah, like, it's aggressive as well. That's the best way to describe this song. It's aggressive. The music is heavy hitting. It's pulse pounding. It's blood pumping to fit the fight, but it's also aggressive because it's hammering in the tone of the song, which is like, why? Why have you done this? We shouldn't be fighting. We'll fight, but you guys have made the wrong call. And then you go into the lyrics, like how betrayed Team RWBY feels. Like I said it in the song. It's unfortunate that we didn't spend enough time with Team RWBY and the Aesops to truly get a really strong bond between them, because we didn't get much time with them, and that is a bit of a detriment to this relationship between the two groups. But still, I do feel the weight of the anger and the feeling of betrayal that the RWBY girls have. Like, the knife to my heart, you screwed me in the perfect way. And then, of course, like, chastising the group for leaving their conscience behind and abandoning those who need you most. For a Team RWBY song, this is probably like the harshest they've ever been portrayed as, because most Team RWBY songs are very inspiring or like reflective of their own self. No, this is them kicking like sand into the eyes of the Aesops. Again, it's that aggressive nature. Like, lyrics like, just a mindless weapon pointing at an enemy, a simple tool providing someone else with victory. That's what they kind of ended up becoming. It's like much like Ironwood, like tossing aside for one moment his emotions, the Aesops, most of them, were abandoning any kind of feelings of like actual desire to help the people they may have had to do their duty. They have been ordered by Ironwood to do what they feel they must, which is arrest Team RWBY and be prepared to sacrifice the people of Mantle, even though they are still in need. I mean, obviously, they do have some understandable emotions behind it. Like, they've just fought a tough fight. They're worn down already. They don't know if they would survive another fight against the forces of Salem and that. They've just seen Salem for the first time, and they were stunned to see that that's the face of their true enemy. So, in a sense, you do understand where the Aesops are coming from, but at the same time, Ironwood was already at the point of losing his humanity. The Aesops were still on that line. Obviously, they didn't have Clover as well, and who knows how things could have turned out with him around, perhaps. Not just in terms of like how the fight went down itself, but also the decision made in the end. But yeah, this was aggressive in all the right ways. All four of the singers knocked it out of the park. So really, really good stuff. I love the fact that it is such a blood-pumping fight song that usually is like very positive, inspiring. It's like, we can do this, we will win. But it's that kind of tone flipped on its head to be as like, we're gonna win. And you guys made this happen. We didn't want it to, but this is your choice. Now this is our choice to fight back. And we will make sure that you know you're doing the wrong thing. And it's so damn good. I love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Just fantastic stuff. Knocked out of the park. Everyone on board with this one. We're coming up to the last two original songs left to go before we get into the remixes. And this one's probably going to be an emotional one because it's until the end. And it's not only emotional in the sense of like the scene that it played in with everything that happened with Freya's death, like things starting to fall into pieces in terms of like Ironwood, our heroes being scattered, they failed in some ways as well. It's going to be emotional in that sense, but it's also going to be emotional in the fact that this is Casey's first full song that she's written for the series. And it already gave me goosebumps from the small bit we had in the show. God knows how this one's going to make me feel in full. Let me just take a drink. Yeah, I'm getting a bit sore throat at the moment after all this talking, but yeah, I'm ready to have my heartstrings pulled with this one. And I gotta look out for a lyric that I've been told by Sirs and Madams that is actually apparently Jeff's favourite in this song. I think I know what it is. It's relating to watering a tree. I think I know which one it is. But yeah, I also wonder who this is based on. Because I'm thinking it's either Ruby, Penny, Oscar, or kind of all three. Just from the little bit we had at the end. But at least from the show. But we'll get more context obviously when we get into this. So yeah, let's do it. Count it down. 3, 2, 1. Oh boy, here we go with the emotionals.
Dark and light is fading. We try so hard.
Oh, I'm already getting chills again.
We're losing all our strength. How can we give more time?
The slow piano and Casey's just angelic voice. I think this is the line.
That you share may find a tree to water, but only when you're stronger. I promise I'll be here until the end.
I love the echoing going on in the background as well. Gives it such a nice little edge of tenderness, but also fragility, and I love that. Because that's currently, it seems like it is about Ruby and her mindset at this point. And she is very fragile after everything that she's learned from Salem and her wavering faith, but it's still pulling through. And I love the echoing kind of like fading off, kind of gives that sense of like a broken apart feeling in Ruby, but it's still very soft, very soothing, and very supportive in a way.
To live free or die, it's all the same. The enemy was right. There's no
Ooh, that line.
in waves of shame. recommends. But through a simple soul, we lie complacent.
Simple soul.
Brings us dreams, but grief makes the heart burst at the seams.
True, true. Ooh, silver eyes.
My eyes, I'll picture me beside
Oh.
her, and pray that I'll inspire. I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise I'll be here until
That is evil. Putting that image of Summer there.
has been told. Till our bodies break down every door, till we find what we've been looking for, and stare with pride into the face of fear.
This is Ruby to a T.
In our finest hour, I'll be standing here.
Oh boy. I didn't expect to be crying. Oh, maybe I should have.
And should we fall to darkness, this power I will harness. I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise I'll be here until the end.
Oh, Jesus. Bravo. Bravo, Casey. That was really good. Yeah, this is definitely Ruby's song. But I kind of, again, Sirs and Matters, kicking us in the gonads with that image of Summer, but it works. Where was that? The line that it was in, where was it? As light fills my eyes, I'll picture me beside her and pray that I'll inspire. I promise I'll be there until the end. Like, it's fantastic. I loved the fragility of this song, both in like the echoing going on, but also the lyrics. It's Ruby feeling the most broken after the comments by Salem about her being responsible for Summer's death. This is Ruby when she's starting to feel a little bit of hopelessness about, can we do this? I said that we can stay strong enough to fight through no matter what Salem throws our way, but then I hear my mother, the same person who has silver eyes as me, the person who inspired me, fell in the same way that Salem says that we will. Of course that's going to shake Ruby's confidence and faith, but she picks herself back up, and then there's one section of the song that I think just perfectly encompasses who Ruby is. Love brings us dreams, but grief makes the heart burst at the seams. Yeah, again, as light fills my eyes, I'll picture me beside her and pray that I'll inspire. Ruby is a character who, for some faults in it, carries a lot of burdens within her and bottles it up so she can remain hopeful, inspiring, so she can inspire others. She is a small, simple soul that keeps the light in the darkness burning. And then the way it ends with, as should we fall to darkness, this power I will harness. I promise I'll be there until the end. It's her saying like, okay, fine. Salem says that my mother said the same thing and she failed. Whether or not that's true, I'm not gonna falter. Till our bodies break down every door, till we find what we've been looking for and stare with pride into the face of fear. In our finest hour, I'll be standing there. Ruby, no matter what comes, whether if not they will fail or succeed against Salem, she is willing to still stand by in the darkness and light the way for others to feel like they can still make a difference, to possibly hope that she can make a difference. She will use her power, both in terms of her silver eyes and also the power of inspiration that she is able to give others, to stand there until the end, no matter what comes her way. And I think Casey captured who RWBY is as a character, as a person, so well in this song. My God. Casey has grown over the years as well with these songs, and like grown as a singer, as a writer in this instance now. She's so talented. Casey, if you're watching this, you are such a talent. I am so happy to hear your work through this amazing song, through everything that you've done before. You are so damn good as a singer, as a writer. And thank you for capturing who RWBY is so perfectly. Such a tender song, such a fragile song. But much like RWBY, even through some of the negative emotions, through the sadness, through the sorrow, it pulls through at the end to still remain hopeful, much like RWBY. And you did a fantastic job embodying who RWBY is with this song. I love this song to death. It is fantastic. Well done. Well done, KC. Fantastic stuff. I love it. Last of the Volume 7 original songs now, with the credit song, Fear. Obviously, we've already heard this in full through the credits, but it's still nice to have this again in here and just talk about the themes and everything going on with it. Not much else to say. I have a distinct feeling that this could end up becoming my favorite credit song. Currently, it's Divide, but we'll see if it changes maybe after another listen through here. So, yeah, let's get into it already. Count it down with me. 3, 2, 1. And they've got Oscar in this, and I think that is the best fitting character for it, because it is reflecting on not just Ozpin's speech, but also Oscar's comments. And this is pretty much like him talking to Ironwood, because he knows that it's like a difficult subject for Ironwood, because he won't be honest with himself about it. But he needs to talk to him about it. He needs to talk that they need to understand that there is a reason to accept fear, but it's all about what does that fear make you become. I love that it goes from like tender and then get into that heavy guitar. And then it gets more aggressive. It's like he's trying to further the point along. Like the heavier the instruments get, the more he's trying to make a connection with Ironwood and tell him that he's going down the wrong path. And here we go. Big lyric that. And then this is like one of my favorite choruses, period, in RWBY. Just with the instrumentation, the themes, the lyrics. So damn good. I love it. Because that's pretty much what it is. It's like, it's Oscar giving Ironwood the two paths option. When you look at what this path is taking you on, will you feel pleased with what happened, or will you feel betrayed by your own self? It did. It's like things were going so well, and then the Cinder relic, Salem's appearance, it just crumbled everything that the guys have built up over the course of the volume. And then Ironwood's caught up in a downward spiral, and Oscar, bless his heart, he tried so hard to be the last hope for Ironwood to change and stay on course. But by that point, he was already determined to make his choice. And it's going to be very exciting to see how he acts in Volume 8 and how Oscar acts as well. Will he still try and save Ironwood? Or is he going to have to wrestle with the fact that he has to fight someone who was once a friend of his bonded soul self and someone who was initially kind to him and very respecting? He's still trying to become the next Ozpin, like the next guardian of the world in a sense. And this is his biggest test. And it's going to be even harder in Volume 8. But here we go. Next awesome bit. Here we go. Fear that we'll succeed. Fear that we may not provide the things our loved ones need. I love that. It's like showing every kind of other character and like how fear's affected them. And now Oscar's saying once again, if you fall to fear, are you going to be happy with what you see? Another perfect lyric there. You've become the thing that you feared in the first place. Who will you be? Woo! That is such an awesome song. Again, it could easily rival Divine as my favorite credit song. But in and of itself, it's such a deep, personal song that perfectly encompasses everything that the volume has about fear, the choices that you make. Are you going to be happy with who you are? Will you even accept the person you become? Will you even look at the things that you have done? Or are you just too busy looking ahead? And it's not just in reflective of Ironwood. Like, let me get to the lyrics again. It's like, we live in fear that we might fail, fear that we'll succeed, fear that we may not provide the things our loved ones need. In reflective of Ozpin's monologue and like how it covered a lot of different ways that fear affects us, and like how it affected Crow, how it affected Team Juniper, how it affected Penny, and how it affected, of course, Ironwood. Fear shows different paths for different people and it affects us in different ways. But it's how we react to it that shows us the kind of person that we could truly become. And this is Oscar and Ozpin, in a way, trying to get Ironwood to see that he's going down the wrong path. And bless his heart, he tried. And now it's going to be even harder, but this is going to be the next test for Oscar. But in and of itself, this song is so impactful, so important to both the characters and also the show itself. And again, I love that it started tender. It's like almost Oscar's like tiptoeing himself, like, I know you don't want to talk about this. I know that you have troubles actually discussing the fact that you are afraid. You are trying to ignore your fear. But we need to talk about it. And like almost like every time he steps closer to Ironwood to get that question going about fear, and like, do you realize the person that you're becoming? The music ramps up and then it gets heavy as it's like, okay, we need to get into the heavy details now. We need to get into the fact that you are turning into someone that you yourself know that you shouldn't be becoming, but you're too swallowed up by fear that you are both trying to escape it but also embracing it because it's pushing you into this troublesome path. It's fantastic stuff, and it shows one of the biggest positives about RWBY's music is not just the fact that it sounds good, whether it's like a heavy action piece or like a soft emotional piece. And it's not just the lyrics or like the context and like how it affects different characters. It's structured so well. There's a reason why this specific conversation is at the end of the volume as the credit song, because it's encompassing everything at the end. It's like, we've seen what you could have become, we've seen what you're becoming. Are you going to accept the person you're becoming? And it's embodying everything that's happened, and it's structured the best possible way in like how the music starts, how it flows, how it keeps getting aggressive and heavier as Oscar's desperately trying to burst through that wall and it's not working. And it's almost like at the end, it's like, please. And it just doesn't work. And I love that. RWBY's music is not only audible gold, it is musically structured gold as well. And once again, the music team just killed it this volume. Absolutely fantastic. In terms of the Volume 7 songs that we've heard, this is probably one of the strongest OSTs in my opinion. Even the songs that don't have that much context, like Celebrate, still works for what it's trying to set out to do. And this was another example of just how well Jeff, Casey, everyone who's worked on the music, even on the episode scores, they know how to try and get the best out of this story, out of these emotions, and fantastic stuff. Another fantastic song. But let's now wrap things up with some remixes, shall we? And now it's time for some fun with the I May Fall acoustic. We got this plus the Nevermore remix to do, and obviously there's no Volume 7 context, it's just having some extra bonus songs on top, but it's fun to go through these songs, hear the new versions, and just have a little bit of fun, a nice positive way to end things off. And this is actually pretty cool because, guys, I May Fall is a Volume 1 song. We have not heard this song for a while. Obviously, it appeared in Volume 3 when My Girl Velvet kicked ass against the Elysian Paladins. But yeah, this is something from way back at the start of the show. And if this is just Casey singing this time, that's going to be fun as well. Because obviously, the original had Casey and Jeff. So if it's just Casey in this, then we'll get to hear a nice contrast between the start of RWBY and the current age. So yeah, let's get into it. I can't wait for this. 3, 2, 1. Yep. I knew this was going to be a soft one. Piano is the perfect addition to this with this soft version. I'm just envisioning in my head the Velvet's fight against the Paladins. Casey's so... She's got such a beautiful voice. I love it. I'm jealous I don't sound half that good. Ooh. That little piano at the start of that chorus bit. The violins as well. Ooh, I love that look. Like, more like energetic side, but it's still very, very slow, but kind of comforting. That's the word. And yeah, this is all Casey, because this was Jeff's bit. It's crazy to think how far Casey has come as a singer. She started out really young. At the start of, not really, really young, but like, she was young when RWBY started and she started singing for the show. And 7 volumes later, she is still an angelic performer. Oh, this is beautiful. I love it. This is the kind of, like, still warm and comforting song that we need right now. Not just in the show, but also for us. And it's the fact that it is a Volume 1 song brought back into Volume 7 with this new new instrumentation, but still carrying some of the same elements of like, I'm not falling down, I'm not giving up, I'm still gonna fight on. This feels even more fitting considering like it compares to War and Touch the Sky. This would be like another, like, if the credits were longer for Volume 7, this would be at the end. Like how RPGs tend to have like 2 songs for the credits. Well, unfortunately, part of the end of the I May Fall reaction kind of balked, so I've lost a bit of that. But let's get into the last song now with the Peter Jones remix of Nevermore. So that's Casey and Adrian Cohen once again. Not much else to say, let's just end it off with a bit of Bumblebee bouncing. This is probably going to be a club remix, going off past ones. So let's have a little party with it, shall we? Last time, 3, 2, 1. Damn, starting off strong. Yep, I knew this was going to be a club beat. So while this is going on, I'm going to give some of my final thoughts on this OST, just to speed things up. This is a fantastic album. Like, I swear to God, this is probably going to be up there in terms of one of the best ones, for me personally. Obviously, everyone's going to have their own different opinions. Songs like Hero, War, Touch the Sky. Fantastic songs. Easily, probably my top 3 favourites. Until the end as well, maybe even squeezing in there. Then Celebrate, Trust Love, they all knocked out of the park as well. Even with Celebrate not having as much context to the show, it works as an integral piece of the story to give us a false sense of positivity before everything goes down bad. And even then, it's still a fantastic song. Santi C and Casey flowing like butter together. Lamar Hall coming in, being as awesome as ever. Each song has been well crafted to play their part into the story, and then listening by itself, it's still a fantastic piece of music. So, I want to give a massive tip of the hat, a massive round of applause to everyone who worked on this fantastic series of songs, as well as Alex Abraham and everyone who worked on the episode scores. Again, please go check them out. The episode scores need more love than they already get. Everyone who is a guest performer on this album: Caleb Hiles, Santi C, Dawn M. Bennett, Aaron Riley, Adrian Cohen. Thank you for joining a fantastic album and giving your A game. You guys killed it in terms of giving your best performances for the first time, and even some repeating ones. Oh, and also Lamar Hall as well, guest performer. Can't forget him. And then Jeff, Casey, everyone who's worked on the instrumentations. You guys have been fantastic for 7 volumes now. And you guys continue to give us some of the best material that you guys could possibly give us. Casey, you absolutely killed it with your first song that you wrote for the series. Until End shook me bad times there. Not helped by Brian from Sirs and Madams dropping the summer picture midway through. But you guys, everyone who's worked on the piece of RWBY music for this volume and beyond, you guys have been fantastic. You are such an integral part of this series. We, as a fandom, are blessed to have you. Thank you for the continued amount of audio gold that you have given us for 7 volumes now, coming up to 8 very, very soon. I cannot wait for what Volume 8 has in store. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I've lost my mind, I've danced a lot, I boogied very bad. There's just so much emotion, so much heart put into this album. And it's been fun to retread it one last time. I still need to get out my Volume 7 full review, and that will be coming out soon, as well as a review, by the way, for Before the Dawn. That should be coming out within a few days. And as we start to wrap things up, please let me know what you thought about this album down in the comments down below, and also my reaction. Do you agree with some of the analysis that I had? And while you're down there, please hit the subscribe and bell buttons and tick the notification box to get every video from me as they drop. And please follow me on Twitter as well. Be sure every single update that's going on. And again, please go buy the album. Support the fantastic people behind the songs that we have loved for 7 volumes and beyond now. Thank you to everyone who has watched this. Thank you to Brian from Sirs and Madams for helping me out with the lyrics and the videos. And thank you to the fantastic RWBY team. We are so lucky to have you. Thank you. Bring on the Volume 8 soundtrack. And hopefully stuff going on in the world doesn't delay it as much as this one did. But yeah, that's it. Hope you have a fantastic day or night. And peace out.